and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a weekend news video plus my monthly wrap-up video because of the fact that, I'm leaving tomorrow for vacation. I'm going to Disney for 9 days. So obviously I wanted to get this video out. I was going to originally put weekend news and May wrap-up separate. June wrap-up separate. But then I only read one book this weekend, so I didn't think that it would be a big deal if I just combined them. So this month in June, I read 18 books, which kind of messes up my how I was doing 2019, 18, 17, 16. I would have had to read 15 books this month, but I kind of went a little crazy. Got 18 in. I think it's a mixture of I wanted to beat my book buying ban / I got new books, so I needed to fly through books. Just what happened, I guess. So I'm going to start with the book that I finished this weekend, and that was The Treatment by Suzanne Young. This is the second book to the program. It's a duology, so the series is now complete with this. I gave this 5 stars. I literally just finished it a little while ago, so technically I didn't fully read it this weekend, but it counts towards June, so I'm going to include it. I really liked this book, the action, you really started feeling for the characters, and I was like, I don't know where they're going to take this after the program. So it was really neat to see where they went with it. I still love the characters, I still love the story. Really, really good. I would totally recommend this duology to you. And then, starting with the beginning of June, I read Fear by Michael Grant. This is the 5th book in the Gone series, so now I only have one more to go. I think I gave this 3 stars. Kind of one of those series that I really don't care for, but I'm this far and I need to just finish it. So now I just need to get light and I can finish this series. Then I read Dangerous Kiss by Jackie Collins, and I can't remember what I was just going to say. Oh, I gave this 5 stars, and it's part of the Lucky Santangelo series that I'm obsessed with, so of course I loved it. 5 stars. Then I read Beautiful Day by Elin Hilderbrand. I love Elin Hilderbrand. Perfect summer read if you're looking for an adult summer book. Pick up anything that Elin Hilderbrand writes because it's phenomenal. Nantucket Beach goodness. Then I read I can't talk today. Good Girl Gone Bad by Karen Tabik. I gave this 4 stars, I think. This one's kind of like an erotic fiction. I'm not exactly sure if it would be considered new adult, but it does have a lot of sex in it. And I believe, I think I gave this 4 stars. I actually kind of enjoyed this. And then I read Married Lovers by Jackie Collins. This is not part of the Lucky Santangelo series, but I still loved it and gave this one 5 stars. I also read Deadly Embrace by Jackie Collins. Clearly, I love me some Jackie Collins. This is also, it's like a prequel sequel to Lethal Seduction. I believe I still gave this one 5 stars, but I didn't love it as much as I love her other books. It was a little bit harder to follow, and it kind of took a slower pace compared to her other books. Then I read Lux by Anna Godberson. I gave this 3 stars. Not a big fan of the series whatsoever. Rumors by Anna Godberson. I believe I gave this one 3 stars as well, I think. One of them I gave 4 stars to. Envy. I think Envy is the one that I gave 4 stars to. Oops, sorry. I think this is the one that I gave 4 stars to, and then obviously I read Splendor, and that was book 100 for the year, as well as book 50 for my book buying ban, so that was good. And I gave this one also 3 stars. And that's about to change. Then I read Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. I gave this 4 stars. It wasn't what I was expecting. Wanted more of the Oz world building, but I still liked it, and I will continue on with this series once she releases books. And then I read Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I love this book. I gave this book 5 stars. Really good contemporary read, and you know with me, like contemporary, I'm not always the hugest fan, but I loved it, so 5 stars. Then I read Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. Oh, I got it right. I gave this one 5 stars as well. I really liked it. But I think with this book, though, because I've been noticing with the discussion, because this was the new adult book club book of the month, that it's one of those books that you almost have to read fast or you will start to dissect it and find plot holes and things that you don't like about it. So I'm kind of glad that I read it pretty quickly, so I was able to enjoy the story. Then I read The First Phone Call from Heaven by Mitch Albom, and I wasn't the biggest fan of this. This is probably my least favorite Mitch Albom book that I've read. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, but it's more kind of like a 2. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. It really bored me to tears, unfortunately. Then I read Killer by Sarah Shepard. Another 5 stars. I wasn't as engrossed in this one as I have been in her past books. This is the 6th book in the Pretty Little Liars series. But I think part of it was I said in my wrap-up that I was kind of really sick and not feeling too good when I was reading this. So that could have been a factor of why I wasn't fully engaged. But at the end, I still wanted the next book. So it's got to be good. Then I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I gave this one, I can't remember, 3 or 4 stars. And no, I'm not lying about that. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. The writing style was really hard to get used to, and I think that's what really took a toll on how I felt. And I really didn't connect to the characters. I really didn't love them. Then I read Bait by J. Kent Messam. This was like a 3.5, almost 4. I had some issues with it. Like, I couldn't stay as engaged because in the beginning, like I said, there was kind of like a past and a future, and I wish it just was like all on the island. This is about heroin addicts that are stranded on a desert island, and I wish they just stayed on the island versus going back and forth through their past. Oops. Is that right? Was that 18? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Is that 18? Yeah. That doesn't feel like 18, but I guess it was. So clearly, obviously, the last book would have been The Treatment, but I have it physically, so I don't need to take a picture of it, because it's right here. But, yeah, that's what I read this month. Lots of good books. I'm not making a TBR. I don't know if you saw my last video, but I said I'm not making a TBR probably till I get back, because I don't know what I'm going to be reading on vacation. I'm bringing The Husband's Secret by Liane Moriarty. I think that's how you say her name. But I'm also hitting up a bookstore down there while I'm down there. They have a really great Books-A-Million, about 15 minutes away from Disney, so I want to check that out. I might buy more books, so it might change my TBR, so I don't even want to say what I'm going to be reading this month until I get back. So hopefully you guys have a great next 9 days. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if I do if I do buy books, I'm going to try to film down there and get that up for you guys. But if that doesn't happen, I hope you have a great next week and a half-ish, and I will see you guys when I get back then. Bye, everyone.